What's going on, guys? I got a very special guest on the line today. I have Dr. Praveen from VaultCoin. You guys know that we have done a crypto class review video on this project, and honestly guys, it's really piqued my interest. So today I had to have Dr. Praveen on the channel as a special guest to do a special AMA interview.
Professor Crypto!
Best content creator.
Professor Crypto, love it.
Dr. Praveen, how are you doing today, my man? Please tell us.
Doing really well. Thank you, Professor. And I'm really grateful for your, class video about VaultCoin, and it all matters a lot in the end. So I'm really grateful for your time, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity to interact with you and your audience.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my man. Thank you, man. You're a VIP special guest on the channel today, So really pumped about that. Dr. Praveen, why don't you start by telling everyone who you are and a little bit about the project, just as a little recap for people to kind of remember what VaultCoin's all about.
Let's start with VaultCoin, actually. VaultCoin, and end of the day, VaultCoin is all about securing your crypto and giving you a good night's sleep. That's what I keep telling everyone. It's all about, whoever is in crypto, they know the anxiety of holding crypto, and we are trying to make that go away in a very good way, actually, as you will understand as we talk. But the VaultCoin is all about securing your crypto so that it stays yours and you get a good night's sleep. That's the crux of it.
Awesome. So if I understand correctly, right, the 3 trillion crypto custody problem, the $3 trillion crypto custody problem, right? I mean, we kind of touched on this in the review video, but how does VaultCoin finally make crypto unstealable and unlosable? I think that's what everyone's wondering, right? Like, you guys have an amazing product here, but how exactly do you guys do that? How is it facilitated?
So you just said that it's a $3 trillion problem. I mean, end of it, right? I mean, if we go to the crux of it, why are we all here in crypto? We either are trying to grow wealth or build wealth in crypto. And if our wallet gets drained at the end of the day, what's the point? So that's the whole thing. And how do we do it? We just have to touch a bit on how things are currently to understand the contrast here. So currently we have 2 options. You either directly control your crypto with your own private keys, which we lovingly call as self-custody. And the other option is to transfer your crypto to someone else, a third party like an exchange or a custodian. And they will manage your crypto for you. So both the options have their own risks. They have their own pitfalls. And we didn't like that compromise, actually. So we were some of the early investors in crypto, Bitcoin and all. And when crypto started going up in 2017, we thought, oh no, this is very fragile. Custody is very fragile. We didn't know how to hold our own crypto. So we started building. And that's how we got to here. And coming to right now, how do VaultCoin secures crypto is that we do it using two technologies. One is smart vaults, layer 2 smart vaults, and the other is hybrid custody using Sentinel network. So let's get to the smart vaults thing first. Smart vaults are just, I know, as the name implies, they are just programmable vaults where you can designate certain keys as owner keys and certain keys as recovery keys. With your owner keys, you can spend just like self-custody with your whenever you want, however you want. And in case your private keys are stolen or lost, these recovery keys come into the picture and they can recover your crypto for you. So that's the entire thing. So that's how we make crypto unstealable and unlosable. And it is important to for me to stress here that the recovery keys can only be used for recovery and they cannot be used for anything else. That's the magic of smart vaults and hybrid custody.
Nice. I think you really explained that very well for our audience, Dr. Praveen. Now, the next question that I do have for you, the dual party and the dual key architecture and the time delay magic, can you really pause a hack in real time? Like, to me, that's just mind blowing, man. Like, how does that happen? Walk us through.
So, like I just said, every vault is secured with some keys that are designated as owner keys. Whoever owns that vault and the crypto inside it, their keys automatically become the owner keys. And the other set of keys that are recovery keys are useful for recoveries. And over and above that, smart vaults have a very clever, neat trick. It is that, they have a two-step unlock and spend process. So you first have to broadcast an unlock transaction and then a spend transaction to transfer the crypto from the vault. And there is a mandatory but configurable delay between these two unlock and spend transactions. And this is configurable when you create the vault, depending on your own preferences and circumstances. If you are someone who is traveling a lot, who is offline, and who might not be available immediately after detecting a breach or something like that, you should probably set this delay to something more meaningful, like 7 days or something like that, depending on the amount of Bitcoin or crypto that is stored inside the vault. So what happens is, if a hacker gets hold of your keys, he first has to broadcast an unlock transaction, which is obviously going to be seen by everyone on the chain. And if that unlock is not initiated by you, you would very well know that somebody is trying to meddle with your vault. And you can then coordinate with whoever is holding your recovery keys. Here, the recovery keys are held by persons, peers, or nodes in a decentralized network called Sentinel network. We'll get to it in a bit. But you can coordinate with them, sign a recovery transaction. Both of you have to co-sign a recovery transaction and completely override the malicious attempt and send your crypto to a safe location. That's how we can intercept a hack while it is happening and secure your crypto before any major loss or anything happens, actually. So that's how we can pause a hack and secure your crypto.
Wow, absolutely phenomenal, man. Well said. So my next question for you here, who are the Sentinels and how do they become crypto's real life superheroes, earning up to $40,000 a year? If you can break down the decentralized guardians, like what do Sentinels actually do? The co-signing, the recovery, the inheritance, how do you qualify and stake VLTC to become one? And why is this turning security into a legit on-chain career? I mean, that's decent cash, $40K a year.
I would love that myself, actually, before I built all these things. But, we just touched on the aspect of recovery keys, right? So initially, when we built this tech, we wanted to create a centralized entity, but the people who are behind us, this technology, it's not an exotic tech that is built by a bunch of geeks or anything like that. It's been under research by from elite institutions like Cornell University, Technion University, IC3. The best of the minds in crypto have been working on this for so many years now, and this technology has been accepted to ACM CCS 2024. This is like the pinnacle of what you call technology review process, like everything, RSA, SSS, Shamis secret sharing, and ECC, electric cryptography, everything went through the same process, and this technology also went through the same process. So in this part we touched on the recovery keys, and these recovery keys are held by these sentinels on the Sentinel network, and anyone can become a sentinel by staking VLTC on chain. So these people can secure and be a real life superhero for whoever is creating vaults with them as sentinels. And how do they earn what we are claiming they can earn? Our initial target market, which is like people holding 1 to 10 BTC on chain, the self custody, their on chain estimates say that there are around 1 million people with 1 to 10 BTC, the average holding being somewhere close to 2 to 2.5 BTC. So let's say you are managing 100 vaults, so you have somewhere close to 200 to 250 BTC under your in the vaults that you manage, and you earn 0.2% of the TVL in your vaults every year. So that amounts to somewhere close to $30,000-$40,000 per year. That if this is not a legit and great career in crypto, I don't know what else is.
Absolutely, man. So that's amazing. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested in that. Now, let's talk more about your token, because this is something that's very important within your ecosystem. The VLTC token. This is the heartbeat token beyond pre-sale perks. What is the real utility and the moonshot potential with this? So with the Genesis pre-sale crushing like 98,000, I think the number was, the hype on the tokenomics, how does the VLTC power staking fees, the vaults, future growth, plus any bonuses? The priority access is another thing, and staking pools, which is going to be the plays for early holders. Tell me about that, Doctor.
We just touched on sentinels and holding recovery keys for the vaults they manage and all that stuff. So how do you become a sentinel? You stake VLTC. So if you get a little deeper into the whole proposition, what happens is that you have to stake 1% of the total value locked in the vaults you manage. So let's say you are managing 200 BTC to 300 BTC in the vaults, which is the base case really, because there are 1 million people needing this service, and managing 100 vaults is like not big effect. So you have to stake some close to 2 BTC worth of VLTC on chain to become a sentinel, and you earn fees that amounts to about 20% to 25% ROI as fees for that. And when we extrapolate this to the initial target market, this group of BTC holders hold 2 million BTC among them. So that's huge. So $200 billion worth of BTC is held by this cohort or group. And if for securing this, $2 billion worth of VLTC needs to be staked on chain. That's a lot of staking demand. Not many protocols can claim such a demand for their token, even with their initial target market, which is a very small sliver of the entire market we are going to target. And if we, just expand this initial target market to our next target market, which is 10 to 100 BTC holders, the staking demand increases to $6 billion, and that's huge. And the next great part about VLTC is that everybody, using these vaults to secure their crypto, right? They have to pay 0.25% as fees per every year. These fees, is collected in BTC or whatever is in that vault, whether it is Ethereum or some stable coins, whatever. So that gets converted into VLTC, and 0.25% when you extrapolate to this our initial target market, it is like $500 million worth of VLTC demand. And if you also include the 10 to 100 BTC holders, then it goes to $1.5 billion worth of VLTC needed just to pay the fees for these vaults. So there's a huge staking demand, and there is continuous demand in terms of fees. I'm not going to go to the rest of the markets that we are targeting, like stable coins and Ethereum and all that stuff. My numbers are really wide, and I'm sure all of you can easily visualize what the demand could be for this token.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just by the sounds of it, it sounds like it's going to be exploding. I love the explanation that you gave on that, though, for sure. Like, it's definitely piqued my interest. And again, this is part of the reason why we need to have this AMA to understand that, right? So, next question: the Guardian wallet and the mobile first revolution. When can we actually use this beast? What's coming in the public beta? The Bitcoin vaults first, the mobile app rollout, multi-chain expansion like ETH Solana, and how does it make hybrid custody dead simple for normies and institutions alike?
So it's been a long affair. We've been building this tech for the past 9 years, almost a decade now. So we built the best custody technology available, but we didn't stop there because see, the user experience of holding crypto has been really bad for a very long time. You and me, whoever is in crypto knows that. So we wanted to fix that too. So we went ahead and started building a solution. And I can't just say that, man, use this hybrid custody protocol and this framework and you'll be good. You have to have something tangible and something easy to use and something you can easily approach. So we built the Guardian wallet. It is it can, by far it is the best hardware wallet ever to exist. You can see the hardware wallet if you can. This is the hardware wallet. It
Nice.
looks just like a credit card, but
Nice.
it comes with a big screen, and it doesn't have any battery or you don't need any cables to use this. You just have to tap this onto your phone, get the transaction details enter the transaction details in your phone, and then scan the QR code on this to broadcast the transaction. That's as simple as it. So initially, we are going to launch the Bitcoin edition because that's where the real market is. The real money is in Bitcoin right now. It's probably even if you look at the total market cap of crypto, Bitcoin dominates by a huge margin. So we are going to launch the Bitcoin vaults first, and then we are going to expand it into Ethereum and stable coins and other EVM compatible chains. Solana support is also in the making. Initially, the alpha launch will happen to select pre-sale participants and people who have shown interest to become sentinels in the network. And then there will be bug bounties and audits that will be happening over the software, and then the beta launch will happen. Stay tuned.
Wow, I'm so excited for this, man. This is gonna be crazy. Now, my last question for you, okay? The big vision. How is VaultCoin gonna flip the script on crypto security forever? Like, I want to hear the roadmap highlights, the tackling, the regulations, the mass adoptions, potential partnerships, why this isn't just another project, man. Like, why should people care about this? Why it's the future where your assets are truly yours, unbreakable and recoverable no matter what. Because again, man, you guys have a game changer product here. So tell me all about that, doctor.
Thank you for the kind words. But crypto is a very big ecosystem now. It's not fringe anymore. It's worth $3 trillion and counting. And there are 700 million people in crypto by some estimates by A16Z and others. And Binance itself has 300 million people in crypto. This was unimaginable when we started in crypto, actually, back in the day. So it's a huge problem, and as you know, real world tokenization is gaining steam now. They're talking about Nasdaq moving assets and everything on chain. It's huge, and there are millions of people with $1 million portfolios in crypto. This is something that very few people touch upon. Custody has become like the second level detail, but which is not. You don't really hold your crypto. What's the point of everything?
Very true.
About Bitcoin 1 to 10 BTC holders, which is a small part of the entire Bitcoin BTC holder market, and then the 10 to 100, and if you combine EVM chains and stable coins and real world assets, securing real world assets, it's very, very, very big. Just the 1 to 10 BTC holders cohort are projected to hold $1 trillion worth of value in the next 2 cycles. That is somewhere close to 5 to 6 year time frame. That's really, really big, and you need billions and billions worth of VLTC stake to protect these markets. And I'm gonna be humble here. I don't want to name big figures. Let the things turn out. And potential partnerships, we have people from everywhere. I mean, most of the research people that are working with us, they are all really big names in crypto. Dr. Iyal, who was our research director and stuff like that, he was the one who proposed Bitcoin governance, if you have heard about it, along with Dr. Emin Gunsider, who is now the CEO of VAX, and he's a big man now. But these people are all associated with us, and we are closely associated with several other researchers in IC3. We have people in Satoshi Roundtable who are actively talking about us and gaining mind share first, because that's what matters. We are not some vaporware. We are not trying to sell a token. I'm not even interested in selling a token. This token exists because it needs to exist. Otherwise, we don't really think about thought about launching a token to begin with. And the moonshot here is that regulations doesn't matter here, because nobody holds crypto other than you. Nobody on the Sentinel network, anybody participating in the Sentinel network, they never hold your crypto. They are just co-signers for recovery and inheritance and all those flows, but they never hold crypto. So you can call it like augmented self-custody. That is how you can, to name it better, augmented self-custody. So no regulations really apply here, and we want to be neutral when it comes to regulations. That's why the decentralized cosigner network construct came into play and everything. We want everybody across the world to be able to use this with the same level of confidence, without fear of confiscation by unfriendly governments, regimes, and all these things come into play. Crypto is all about sovereignty over your own wealth. So that's the whole thing.
Wow, Dr. Praveen, I have to say, man, the way that you explain this project, I am so excited for what's to come. And I think that there is going to be so much more that viewers are going to be looking forward to here, man. We definitely have a gem on our hands, and I definitely want to thank you for joining the AMA today. I learned so much about the project as well, and I'm sure that people all around the world are so happy to hear about it. So again, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Praveen. Was there anything that you wanted to say to close off?
I just want to tell people one thing. People take crypto custody for granted, but that's not true. Just go to my timeline on X and you can see how many vulnerabilities are getting discovered every day. Don't lose it all, man. We have really struggled to build our portfolios in crypto and everything. Don't lose it. Especially when things are available that can help you secure your crypto, and don't brood on this chance to build a real career in crypto. This is really good. Opportunity for anyone who is looking to not just speculate in crypto, make money through speculation or stuff like that. This is a given opportunity. You just are rendering some services that is very simple, or co-signing a vault is so simple. You just have to tap your phone once in a day probably to co-sign and become a sentinel on the network. This is a great opportunity. I hope a lot of people will come forward to do this, and I'm looking forward to the support from your community in the coming days.
Absolutely. So once again, thank you so much for joining, Dr. Praveen. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Really hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe button if you're interested in seeing some more crypto reviews and exclusive international blockchain events. We are the channel for that, guys, as you know. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.